Rutherford Issues with Bryan Barrett on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna. Listen and watch at WGNSradio.com.
And Rutherford Issues is powered by Middle Tennessee Electric. New calendar, same steady glow in every room. MTE keeps your homes warm today, ready for tomorrow, bringing good energy into 2026 and beyond with Middle Tennessee Electric. It's time to talk parks and recreation with Murfreesboro Parks and Rec's Nate Williams joining us here this morning. And it's already been a busy 2026 for Parks and Rec. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Brian. How are you?
I'm good. Raring to go here in a new year.
I'm excited. Yeah, like you said, we kicked off strong, but I've got to say, I know last time I was in WGNS, it seems like you guys have done a lot of improvements to your studio, and it's really nice.
Oh, well, thanks.
But I'd like to compare that to what I'm looking at right now, because I'm coming to you live from the Greenway system.
Oh.
It's beautiful outside.
Does not look any better, does it?
It's beautiful. I would say, it's a good time to get outside, man. It's going to be a good week.
Yeah. I mean, we're expecting 60s in January. You can't beat that at all.
We do need a snow soon. I do like the snow, but for a week like this, starting the new year, getting the kids back in school, it's a good time to set maybe some new routines and establish some, new ways to start the new year. And I think one of those ways is always good to just get outside, and we've got plenty of spaces where people can do that. And we're fortunate in Murfreesboro to have a lot of space just like that.
Yeah. So my soon-to-be 8-month-old granddaughter enjoys the greenways.
Good.
They get out, she's got a new stroller, she doesn't have to do much but, suck on her binky there and just watch things. But, they send pictures quite frequently, and I can tell they're on the greenway. So,
That's
enjoying the fresh air and enjoy time being together, or even if it's just by yourself, to kind of just get away from all the hustle and bustle.
Yeah, it's what I do. I ride my bike on the greenway all the time, and it's a good place just for some solace, some exercise, and we're fortunate. We got almost 20 miles of greenway when you count the North Murfreesboro Trail, and we stretch all the way from Thompson Lane out to Barfield Crescent Park, touching Cannonsburg, Old Fort Park. So it's a very tremendous asset that we have, and if people haven't used it, I'd encourage them just to hop on a trailhead and see what it has to offer.
Yeah, and all you have to do is leave the office to say, I need to go check the greenway to make sure things are okay.
Yeah, I wish it was that easy sometimes. But,
really.
To be able to do it, to be able to do a phone call with Bryan Barrett standing on the greenway and talking about the park system, I feel pretty lucky.
Not much
one
better.
thing I do like about the greenway, you don't have to talk to people, but when passing, I think it just shows Murfreesboro's core, because every time you pass somebody, you pretty much smile at them. You don't have to have a conversation, but, there's just so much of that human interaction as well.
Well, it's just like the smile is, you're enjoying this too, right?
You're right.
Right.
When I'm trying to ride a bike fast, I just need some encouragement is what I need. So
it's kind of cool that all you have to do is just, zip down Thompson Lane, not even a tenth of a mile to get to the Thompson Lane trailhead from the office.
Yeah.
So Mark McCleskey was up this morning on the action line, and we were talking about how hard it is sometimes to get out of the new Parks and Rec and Fire and Rescue headquarters over there. Sometimes you get out immediately. Sometimes it's 10 minutes later.
Well, they're fortunate. They've got emergency lights they can turn on.
Oh, yeah.
So, no, it's not bad. We've figured it out pretty good, but we enjoy sharing space with the fire department, and they're great neighbors.
Yeah. Well, as I mentioned, you all have kicked off the year in a really big way. Tell us, give us a recap of the 5K.
Yeah, we had our 10th annual New Year's Day 5K. That was something that Mayor McFarland started. He tasked us with years ago, and it's just kept going. And our staff work really hard to bring stuff, for people when they're off, and unique ways to enjoy the park system and just, kick off the new year. So we had over 550 runners. It was the biggest year we've ever had. It was just a great day. A lot of people ran, a lot of people walked. And I think it's just kind of a standard bearer for a lot of people. It's how they want to jumpstart 2026 and every year.
So this is kind of an annual thing. If people want to kind of put it on their calendars, get ready for it. Where is it at? Barfield Crescent, right?
Barfield Crescent Park, and it's the only race that goes on at Barfield Crescent Park throughout the course of the year. So, and it's a very relaxed course, very relaxed feel, just a lot of fun, and it's easy to remember because it's on New Year's Day.
Yeah,
so.
It's just a good way to do something on New Year's Day that doesn't. You've got to get up fairly early, so Well, it's not too
It's
early.
not bad. We start
Yeah.
at 10. We used to start really early, and that was a little bit rough. But we've had years where it's in the 60s. We've had years where it's been, I think 4 degrees was the coldest. And then also we had one year, maybe 3 years ago, where we had a tornado warning coming at the end of it. So
Oh, wow.
it's like a box of chocolates. You never really know what you're going to get, right?
Yeah. Well,
We've never had rain, though. That's always
That's interesting.
a plus.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just a tornado warning at the end of one.
Right.
Whatever.
Right.
When you mentioned weather and a Parks and Rec event, I immediately went back to the Christmas parade. That had to be the coldest on record. People were asking me, and the radio station did that for 30 years. I don't know that we kept up with conditions and whatnot. That might be something to do going on in the future, but it's the coldest parade that I remember there ever being.
Parks and Recreation has taken it over. It's the coldest.
Yeah.
So, I've heard for years ago there was some with snow,
Oh,
which
yeah.
I wouldn't mind. A little snow for a parade on
Sure.
Christmas, that'd be pretty cool. But, yeah, it was just kind of bitterly cold, especially in the shade. But we had a lot of people still turn out and made a big deal about it.
Sure was. It was a good time for those who got to come. When you just mentioned weather, it always takes me back to that for some reason. Last time Parks and Rec were on the action line, which I think was maybe the day after Christmas or something like that, Thomas came up and he said, "Is this a April Fool's joke in December? Am I supposed to be here?" And I said, "Sure, we can talk." But one of the things that we talked about was girls flag football and just how big that's become here in Rutherford County. Of course, it's a sanctioned high school sport now, and just the overwhelming registration that has taken place for that event. Maybe talk about that because it's already underway, I guess.
It's really popular. It's one of those things, registration's taken off, I think, especially with it being a TSSAA sanctioned sport, and people are seeing it. But it's just a new opportunity for young ladies to try a different sport and be engaged. I mean, we hosted the state championships last year, and it was huge turnout, great athletes, and just really excited to be able to bring that program. And it's just a testament so much what I appreciate, about our staff being able to work on a team where, we're constantly looking for, ways to really meet the needs of our community and our growing community and come up with new programs, leagues, activities, that type of thing.
I hadn't heard a whole lot about that until just a few years ago, and when high schools were kind of looking at it. But you all kind of have to be on the cutting edge of that, but and the popularity of pickleball, for instance, how it's exploded, and now you've got a pickleball tournament on MLK Day. So and it's the first time ever, I think, right?
Yeah, first time ever. We have that at Patterson. It's going to be a huge event, and really excited about that. So, but yeah, we have to stay ahead of trends. We want to have something for everybody. And we're fortunately very uniquely supported by our city council, our city administration to, really look at what could be popular, what's popular in the meantime, and really, direct our park system accordingly.
Aren't you in the middle of an effort now, or starting an effort now, just to get public input on things like that for now and the future? And Thomas kind of touched on that, I think, the last time we were together. Yeah,
we're kind of revamping our master plan that we have, and it's really looking 5 to 10 years ahead. And we're taking it on as more of an internal effort to really engage with the people who use our park system, and people who may not, but things that they'd like to see. So. We're in the early stages of that, and more to come about some of the public engagement on that. And we're excited to be able to hear from the community and really maybe convey some stuff that people don't always hear and be able to meet with really our stakeholders in each one of the facilities.
Yeah, I think there will be soon an online portal where you can give your input, and also the information will be plastered at all the facilities, I'm sure.
Yeah, you'll see it. If you're on social media, you'll see it too. But it'll be an online survey, and I think we're going to get a lot of good results. And, it's something I think that I really take a lot of pride in is we have such a diverse offering of what we have. And I think that, there's so many different passion areas. And we try to make each one of those passion areas very specific and something that people can look forward to participating in. And just speaks to what our staff does every day to try to bring these things. And that's what the master plan's intended to do is, enhance that and really engage with the community and, start thinking ahead more constantly and seeing what we can do more of, better of, and continue to be a good department.
Well, so for all of those who call and text when Parks and Rec are on the air and want to, probably corner you every time they see you out and whatnot and talk about more ball fields, well, this is a good way to get your input in, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We acknowledge that we need more ball fields. We're working on some plans with that. We're constantly evaluating properties, constantly looking at acquiring new properties to potentially, enhance and further the park system. But we've got a couple of things moving and shaking right now with the ball fields. And the mayor has said very specifically and very publicly, now we got Veterans Park moving. We need to start looking at where we can add more ball fields. So it never stops, Brian. Never stops.
Well, as we have progress here in the city and more people move here, and they're moving here for many reasons, and a big part of that is the city's I guess putting Parks and Rec very prominent in the goals for the city, and I think people see that, and that's if that's something that they want. They have young children and want them to get involved, or they're in an athletic family or tennis player, or, all those kinds of things. They look at those things when they're looking to move here.
Yeah, I agree, and we're well supported. We're uniquely supported. I'd put us up against any other community in the nation when it comes for the support and the understanding and the benefit of what Parks and Recreation can do for a community. But, you're talking about athletics families, swimming families. Mm-hmm. We have everything, but sometimes it gets lost, the families that focus on the cultural arts side, that all the classes, the acting classes, the plays that we put on. I'm amazed. I really am.
Well, yeah, just this month, there are classes over at the Washington Theater that, let's see, I see at least 2 or 3 of those just this month alone. Yeah. So a great opportunity to do that. And we're going to, before our time gets away, I want to make sure we mention the Plunge into Fitness, which is, I guess, the old polar bear plunge. It's kind of on that particular realm. Talk about that event. I know it's taken on a new iteration, and there's an actual fun run involved with that too.
Yeah, so we plunge into fitness now. We don't polar bear plunge, but it's something that's a new focus on a new year, new start. We have all types of class demos, like you said, a little fun run. And it's just a day of fitness. And then we plunge in the outdoor pool. And there's a lot of benefit in getting in cold water, the cold water plunging. So I think, this is the 20-something year we've done it, and really excited about it.
So for those who are saying, well, it's not the same, you still get to plunge into the cold water out in the outdoor
same
pool.
Thing.
So same thing, just other things that are going along with it.
Yeah, just kind of a rebrand to the whole thing and showing people what we had to offer, and a good way to start the year as far as wellness activities and the things that we have to offer. We've got all of our community centers. We've got SportsCom, McFadden, our bigger ones are SportsCom in Patterson, but we've got McFadden, we've got the St. Clair Senior Center. Just a lot of stuff going on. And right now, we're in the midst of our buy one, get one special. And we've been doing this for a long time, where people can buy monthly or yearly passes and get another one for free. So that ends on January 18th at 5 p.m. So if anybody has any intention or desire to do that, now's a good time to get out there and get those passes.
That is a very good reminder. Bart's got that on Good Neighbor Events because I hear it pretty frequently, but a good reminder for folks who utilize the park system and the facilities here in town. And my goodness, time has gotten away, Nate, but I appreciate you spending some time. Enjoy a little more time out there on the Greenway.
I'll soak it up. Remember, MurfreesboroParks.com for anything you might be curious about with the park system.
Absolutely. All right, my man. Appreciate you.
Thanks, Brian. See you, buddy.
That's Nate Williams joining us with Murfreesboro Parks and Recreation. And that is going to do it here for Rutherford Issues today. Thank you so very much for being a part of the show. And until next time, take care out there.